Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that one of the most unexpected love stories of 2025 didn't come from Hollywood, but straight out of the chaos-filled world of Afrobeat royalty and Caribbean fire? What if I told you that Burna Boy, the self-proclaimed African giant, the man who once says he doesn't chase love, only paper, has finally fallen? But not for who you think, because tonight, the internet is losing its collective mind after whispers of a secret romance between Burna Boy and Jada Kingdom surfaced, right after Stefflon Don's emotional goodbye that had fans sobbing across timelines. Yeah, that's Stefflon Don, the same woman who stood beside Burna during his global rise, who called him her king, and who once said, "He'll always have my heart." But here's the catch. While Stefflon was saying goodbye with grace, Burna was allegedly finding comfort in the arms of someone who knows exactly how to turn heartbreak into headlines. Jada Kingdom, the singer who's been called too real for the industry and too bold for silence. Coincidence? Or carefully timed fate? See, social media detectives are already piecing together every Instagram story, every lyric, every side-eye emoji, claiming they've cracked the code. A mysterious studio clip, a late-night flight to London, and a love note disguised as a song lyric. The puzzle is messy, but the picture it paints, scandalous, because this isn't just another celebrity love triangle. It's a collision of heartbreak, revenge, and redemption, all playing out in real time. And the question everyone's asking is simple: did Burna Boy really move on that fast? Or was this love story already brewing behind the scenes? While the world was busy watching Stefflon cry, stay right where you are, because what I'm about to reveal next might just change the way you see all three of them forever. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel where truth sounds louder than pure statements, and love stories turn into breaking scandals before breakfast. Tonight's expose isn't about politics or power, no. It's about passion, pride, and the kind of heartbreak that makes you scroll at 3 a.m. asking, wait, did that really happen? Because the internet is trembling again. The name on every trending page? Burna Boy, the man who turned pain into platinum. The voice that made heartbreak sound like a world anthem. But this time, he's not trending for a Grammy. He's trending for something far more dangerous: love? Or maybe betrayal? Let's rewind the clock for a second. Just months ago, Burna Boy and Stefflon Don were the couple everyone admired. She was the UK rock queen with attitude. He was the African giant rewriting global charts. Together, they were unstoppable: music, money, luxury, all wrapped up in a love that seemed bulletproof. But when Stefflon posted that emotional goodbye handwritten, black ink on white paper, caption "No regrets, just lessons," fans knew something had cracked. That single post lit up the internet like wildfire. People said it was closure. Others said it was heartbreak hidden behind poise. But what no one expected was that in the middle of that emotional storm, Jada Kingdom would quietly step into the frame. A woman whose voice could melt a stone, and whose eyes could turn silence into speculation. It started small: an Instagram story. Jada posted a studio mic photo with the caption, "Some souls meet to heal, not to hurt." At first, it looked harmless, poetic, until fans zoomed in and caught a reflection in the glass: a familiar silhouette. Broad shoulders, signature dreadlocks, a chain that looked suspiciously like Burna's. Within hours, social media detectives were already on the case. "Hold on," one fan tweeted. "That's not a coincidence. That's Burna Boy's studio in London." Another wrote, "He moved on already?" Stefflon's tears still drying. And that's when the chaos began, according to a so-called industry insider. Burna Boy and Jada had been working on a joint track weeks before Stefflon's goodbye post. Allegedly, the chemistry in the studio wasn't just musical. Sources claimed Burna started spending late nights in the same session room, long after the cameras stopped rolling. One engineer who insisted on anonymity reportedly said, "They weren't making music that night. They were making memories." By now, the narrative had shifted. Stefflon Don was being painted as a woman left behind, and Jada Kingdom the muse who walked in when the world wasn't watching. And the fans? They were divided down the middle. Half called it a new era of love, the other half, a betrayal that rewrites history. But the real twist came days later, when Burna Boy posted a teaser clip at 2:11 a.m. captioned simply, "Healing season, no face, no names, just a haunting female vocal in the background singing, 'Love don't die, it just changes homes.'" The internet exploded. People froze the clip, filtered the audio, matched the voice, and the verdict was unanimous. It was Jada. Stefflon stayed silent. But silence speaks louder than words when your ex is serenading someone else online. Fans noticed she unfollowed Burna. Then she liked a tweet that read, "Some people never heal. They just hide it better." That was all it took. Hashtags like hashtag BURNA and JADA, hashtag STEFFL on said it first, and hashtag Love Triangle 20 to 5 were born overnight. The media started spinning theories faster than the artist could deny them. One outlet claimed Burna had emotionally checked out long before the breakup. Another claimed Jada was a creative spark he needed to move on. But behind the scenes, friends close to Stefflon said she was blindsided. She thought they were just taking time apart, not breaking up. And yet, Burna didn't deny a thing. When paparazzi caught him outside a London restaurant with Jada's team, he just smirked and said, "The music will explain everything." That one sentence sent fan pages into meltdown. Memes flooded TikTok. Some joked from heartbreak to hit records, others wrote, "This man never misses emotionally or musically." But let's pause right there because this isn't your usual celebrity rebound. Something about this story feels too synchronized, too perfectly timed, almost like a PR stunt. Except the emotions feel real. The tears, the timing, the tension. It all connects like a script written by fate itself. Stefflon Don's goodbye wasn't bitter, it was almost like she knew this was coming. Jada's lyrics lately, they sound like confessionals. And Burna's cryptic posts, they read like someone who's rediscovering something he thought he'd lost forever. Ladies and gentlemen, what if this isn't a scandal, but a redemption arc disguised as one? What if Burna didn't move on? What if he finally let go? What if Jada Kingdom isn't the villain, she's just the mirror reflecting the man he's become after heartbreak? But here's where things get murky. Because in the entertainment world, love is currency. Relationships are marketing gold. And timing, that's never accidental. When Stefflon Don dropped her freestyle weeks after the rumors, fans caught a hidden line, "I hope she treats you better than the fame did." Everyone thought it was just a bar, but in hindsight it was a farewell. Meanwhile, Jada posted a photo holding a rose with the caption, "He said the thorns remind him of me." Within minutes, Burna liked the post. And that's right, there was digital confirmation for millions watching from behind screens. The African giant had fallen again, just in a different direction. But every love story has a shadow. Every spark leaves a burn. And as this one unfolds, some people are whispering that it's not love at all, it's karma, dressed up as comfort. Because when you heal too fast, you might not be healing. You might just be hiding the wound behind someone else's smile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the first chapter of this twisted love saga leaves us. 3 names, 1 heartbreak, and a million theories later, the world wants answers. Did Burna Boy really find healing with Jada Kingdom? Or did he just trade one heartbreak for another headline? Because what happens next might just prove that even in the music industry, love isn't sung, it's strategized. And as we peel back the next layer of this scandal, you'll see just how deep the story goes, because what started as whispers of romance is about to unravel into something far darker, far riskier, and far more revealing than anyone ever expected. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought part 1 was wild, buckle up, because what happens next doesn't just blur the line between love and betrayal, it erases it completely. The morning after Burna's mysterious healing season teaser dropped, the internet woke up to chaos. Every gossip page, every entertainment blog, every fake insider account suddenly had exclusive footage and anonymous sources. But one clip stood out, a grainy, leaked video allegedly showing Burna Boy and Jada Kingdom walking out of a private studio at 3:42 a.m. No sound, no context, just body language. And let's be real, you don't need words when I say everything. The comments went insane. That's definitely them. Burna's chain never lies. She's wearing his jacket. People froze frames, compared lighting angles, analyzed background posters, like forensic detectives of heartbreak. And by noon, the hashtag #BURNA and JADA caught was trending worldwide. But the plot thickened. Because just as fans were dissecting the clip, Stefflon Don posted a video of her own, sitting in her car, rain tapping against the windshield. She looked straight into the camera and said, "Sometimes silence says what words can't. But I'm good. I'm really good." She smiled, that kind of smile you only wear when your heart's cracked but your pride's still standing. And just like that, everyone forgot about the music. This wasn't an industry story anymore. It was an emotional thriller being played out live. It was an emotional thriller being played out live. Now, remember how Burna's team denied nothing? That silence spoke volumes. But here's where it gets messy. A so-called music insider leaked screenshots of an alleged WhatsApp chat between Jada's manager and Burna's producer. The message read, "The chemistry is insane. Forget the collab, these two can't stay away from each other." Was it real? Who knows? But truth doesn't matter in the age of virality. The screenshot alone was enough to fuel thousands of TikToks, hundreds of reaction videos, and a storm of memes captioned "From heartbreak to headline." Meanwhile, Stefflon's fans weren't sitting quietly. They launched a full-blown online campaign called #RespectSteff, demanding Burna address the rumors publicly. Others accused Jada of chasing clout and using heartbreak to trend. But then, just when the heat was at its peak, Burna dropped a bombshell interview snippet during a radio appearance in Lagos. When asked about love and healing, he paused, leaned into the mic, and said, "Sometimes the person who wasn't there when you fell ends up being the one who helps you stand." Boom, that was it. No names, no confirmation. But everyone knew exactly who he meant. The room fell silent and the internet exploded again. Fan pages ran with headlines like, "Burna Boy confirms love for Jada Kingdom," while others insisted it was a misdirection, a lyric, a metaphor, a marketing trick. But what followed next blurred every line between rumor and reality. 3 nights later, a paparazzi shot surfaced, Burna Boy and Jada Kingdom at a small cafe in Accra, trying to stay low-key. Matching sunglasses, matching energy. The caption on Burna's story a few hours later, "Vibes can't hide," and that was all the confirmation the world needed. Suddenly, entertainment sites were calling it the rebirth of Burna, saying Jada had brought a softer side out of him that fans hadn't seen since his early days. But while one half of the internet was swooning, the other half was seething. Because Stefflon wasn't silent anymore. Late one night, she dropped a freestyle, smooth, slow, dripping with emotion. The beat was cold, but her tone was colder. "You said I was your queen," she rapped. "Now you're playing house with the kingdom. Tell me, was it love or convenience?" The internet broke in half. Did she just diss Jada? Was that a direct hit at Burna? She said Kingdom she knows exactly what she's doing. Within an hour, the freestyle hit 1 million views. By morning, fans were calling it the ex's revenge anthem. And as if fate wasn't done toying with the trio, Jada responded, subtly but sharply. Her next Instagram caption read, "A real queen doesn't compete. She reigns," and yes, Burna liked it. Now the question wasn't if Burna and Jada were together. It was how long this had been going on. Because anonymous sources from Stefflon's circle began whispering that Burna had been emotionally distant long before the breakup, that there were late studio nights that didn't feel like work, rumors claim. Stefflon once showed up unannounced at Burna's recording session in London, only to be told he'd already left when in reality, Jada had just arrived. Nothing confirmed, but the timeline was too tight, too perfect to ignore. Fans started doing detective math. Burna and Jada's song session started 2 months before Stefflon's letter. The lyrics of Healing season match. Jada's unreleased verse from that leaked TikTok. The pieces fit like scandalous puzzle parts. Meanwhile, Burna's PR team played it cool. Every reporter question about his new love life was brushed off with no comment. The music speaks for itself, but insiders said otherwise. Apparently, Burna had already booked a photo shoot for a joint cover with Jada. The concept, fire meets water, symbolic, poetic, and yes, commercial gold. And that's when the backlash hit its peak. Fans of Stefflon Don began boycotting Burna's music. His Instagram flooded with snake emojis. Some accused him of using heartbreak for publicity. Others claimed he replaced class with controversy. But the most viral comment came from a random fan who wrote, "He went from Don to Kingdom, but lost the throne. Still, Burna stayed unbothered." In fact, he seemed to double down. That same week, he performed in New York, and right before singing his hit song Last, he added a new line mid-performance, "Love don't last, but healing does." The crowd screamed. The internet replayed it for days, and Jada posted a simple response, "Healing heard." It was official now. Whatever they weren't hiding it anymore. But something strange began happening beneath the surface. Because as Burna and Jada's public chemistry grew, whispers about their private arguments started surfacing too. A voice note allegedly leaked, a heated exchange between two people with eerily similar voices. The argument was over trust, timing, and secrets. Fans speculated it was Burna and Jada. Others said it was a deepfake. But it didn't matter, it gave the story more oxygen, more mystery, more fire, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get more tangled, Stefflon Don announced something that made jaws drop, her new single, titled Closure. The teaser artwork, a shattered crown lying in the rain. The release date? The same week Burna and Jada's rumored duet Remedy was expected to drop. Coincidence? Not a chance, the stage was set. 3 artists, 1 heartbreak, millions of spectators, and an entire industry secretly thrilled by the drama. Because in the modern music game, love might start in private, but heartbreak always charts publicly, and as cameras kept flashing, hearts kept breaking, and secrets kept slipping through the cracks. One thing became clear, this wasn't just about who Burna loved, it was about who could survive loving him. But as we move into the next chapter, the lines between healing and haunting blur even deeper. Because what came next wasn't a love story anymore, it was a reckoning. A battle between past and present, loyalty and fame, passion and payback. And when the truth finally started surfacing, nobody was ready for what it revealed. Ladies and gentlemen, This is where the story turns from scandal to storm, because if you thought Burna Boy, Jada Kingdom and Stefflon Don's love triangle couldn't get any more explosive, what happened next set the internet on fire. It all began a few days before Burna and Jada's rumored collab Remedy was set to drop. The hype was already insane. Teaser videos, blurred out photos, cryptic captions. But on the morning of release, something unexpected leaked, an unfinished version of the track. And the world finally heard what everyone had been whispering about for weeks. Burna's verses were raw, vulnerable, and dangerously personal. He rapped about a queen from the islands who healed his storm, about a love that came too late but saved his soul. And then, halfway through the song, Jada's soft voice entered, melodic, haunting, singing. "You said goodbye but never left my mind." Fans lost it. The chemistry in this song wasn't just musical. It was emotional, magnetic, undeniable. But right as the song began trending worldwide, Stefflon Don dropped her track Closure, and she didn't hold back. Over a dark R&B beat, she spit pure fire. "You built a kingdom on my pain, wore my crown, then changed the name. You call it healing, I call it fame, love's a game. But you don't play the same." The internet froze. The timing was surgical. The lyrics, lethal. Everyone knew who she was talking about. Within hours, both Remedy and Closure were trending #1 and #2 globally on YouTube and Spotify. It was the ultimate face-off, love versus loss, melody versus message, kingdom versus Don. But behind the glamour and the streams, insiders said things were getting tense, really tense. According to reports from people close to Jada's camp, she felt blindsided. She believed Stefflon's track crossed the line, not because of the lyrics, but because of what it did to Burna. Apparently, Burna was furious. He felt played, exposed, and manipulated for publicity. He refused to post Remedy on his socials, delayed interviews, and even canceled a last-minute TV appearance. Fans thought it was label politics, but those close to him said he just wasn't in the right headspace. And Jada? She tried to calm him down, until she realized something that changed everything. Late one night, Jada reportedly found an old message thread on Burna's phone between him and Stefflon. It wasn't romantic, but it wasn't cold either. The last message read, "No matter what happens, I'll always want you to win." And that was it. No cheating, no scandal, just unfinished emotion. But for Jada, that was worse. Because you can compete with another woman's beauty, but you can't compete with her history. Sources said Jada left Lagos the next morning without telling anyone. She unfollowed Burna on Instagram, archived all her posts, and posted a single quote on her story: "When love becomes heavy, it's time to drop the crown." That quote alone sent social media spiraling. Fans began speculating that the Remedy era was already over before it even began. Others believed it was a PR stunt to amplify both singles. But as the dust settled, Burna broke his silence with one chilling tweet: "You can love someone and still lose them to peace." And just like that, silence fell again. No more public appearances, no more music promos, nothing. Weeks passed, and both Jada and Stefflon went quiet. But then, a surprise announcement hit the internet. The Afrolove Festival lineup dropped, featuring, you guessed it, Burna Boy, Jada Kingdom and Stefflon Don on the same night. Same stage, same city, tickets sold out in minutes. Fans called it the showdown of the century. And when that night came, the tension was so thick. You could feel it in the air. The tension was so thick. You could feel it in the air. Stefflon performed first. She was poised, fierce, radiant, her voice cutting through the crowd with that same pain that made her track Closure go platinum. When she ended her set, she didn't mention names, but her parting words hit hard. Some lessons don't need closure, they just need growth. Then came Jada, dressed in a shimmering silver outfit. She walked on stage calm, composed, unbothered. She sang her verse from Remedy, and halfway through, she switched up the lyrics live. She sang, "You can't heal me while you're haunted, you can't love me if you flaunted." The crowd screamed. Cameras flashed. Everyone waited for Burna's response. And when he finally came out, the arena erupted. His presence was electric. No introductions, no monologues, just a deep breath and the first notes of Last Last. The crowd sang every word. But when the bridge hit, he stopped the music, looked out over the audience and said, "Sometimes love doesn't end, it just changes shape." Then, to everyone's shock, he motioned for both Stefflon and Jada to come out. For a full minute, the world held its breath. Stefflon appeared first, followed by Jada, distant, tense, but standing side by side under the same lights. Burna turned to them both, nodded and said into the mic, "No hate, just lessons." The crowd went insane. Cameras caught Stefflon smiling slightly, Jada nodding subtly. No words exchanged. But something deeper said in silence. It wasn't reconciliation. It wasn't forgiveness. It was acknowledgement. By the next morning, every outlet was calling it the peace performance. Clips went viral instantly. Fans called it the trilogy ending nobody expected. And for once, the headlines weren't about drama, they were about growth. Burna later posted a single caption on Instagram, "We all healed differently. But we healed, and just like that, the chaos quieted." Jada returned to Jamaica, focusing on her next album. Stefflon began producing new artists under her own label. Burna disappeared for a few months, traveling, writing, healing. But even as the dust settled, fans couldn't stop wondering, was it ever truly over? Because every time Burna posted a cryptic lyric, every time Jada dropped a poetic caption, every time Stefflon hinted at a chapter she's done writing, the fandom reignited. Maybe it wasn't just a love story. Maybe it was an evolution, messy, real, unforgettable. Because in the end, fame fades, trends die, and scandals vanish. But stories like this, they linger because when three hearts collide under the spotlight, the world doesn't just watch. It remembers dots, so whether Burna found healing, Jada found peace, or Stefflon found closure, one thing's for sure, love will always be louder than the noise. And if you want more stories like this, more untold truths behind the fame, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell icon, and stay tuned. Because this is just the beginning, and there you have it, a story that started with heartbreak, turned into chaos, and ended with silence that spoke louder than any song ever could. But tell me this, do you think Burna Boy truly found love again? Or was Jada Kingdom just another verse in a song that was never meant to end? And what about Stefflon Don? Was her goodbye really closure? Or just a calm before another storm? Because in the world of fame, nothing stays buried forever. Every smile hides a scar, every lyric hides a secret, and every no comment hides a story waiting to explode. Maybe this love triangle wasn't about who won or who lost. Maybe it was about who finally learned to walk away. But one thing's for sure, the internet never forgets. The fans will keep digging, the whispers will keep growing, and the truth, it's always messier than it seems. So what do you think, people? Was this a genuine love story, a PR master plan, or just three broken hearts trying to heal in public? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single one of your comments. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist, turn, and untold scandal in this wild world of music, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, and never miss an update because the next story might be even crazier than this one. Until then, this is your host signing off, where the drama never sleeps and the truth is always louder than the music. Louder than the music.